So we're nearly ready to rock and roll at the Jack Edwards on this almost perfect Friday night.
What a change from last week.
Yes, it was.
Have we managed to dry out from
I tell you what, I had to look at my face the next day. I thought I'd been in one of those tanning places. It was just beetroot red. It was a tough one.
5 minutes away from needing a retinal transplant.
It wasn't easy. I don't know who made that decision. Football Victoria sensibly had their crew over the other side, and this is why I say to you, boys, I've got options. So we're nearly.
Why aren't you on the other side?
I'm giving you one last chance, Spielberg.
I'll tell you what, Greg. Noticeable when the team's lining up. As you said, the smaller bodies. AJ Hayden and Milan Roberts stood out amongst the rest of the Burgers. Noticeably taller in height than any of the other boys. So you are right.
Zara's small, but you know he'll get in and under. And we know Ruben Way. He's got courage. He's courage personified. But the rest of these boys, they're small bodies and they're good players. Well, they've all shown a bit. I mean, we saw on opening weekend. We saw Strickland in the press. I really like Justin Mikulev for a period of time. Anyway, last what day was it? Sunday.
Sunday, yep.
They'll be players. I mean,
but you need that strength, don't you, in that core of that team? And that's why Lewis Hall is a must.
When it gets hard, you need somebody. You need some enforcers. You need some protectors. It's the Warriors getting first use of the footy. They'll be heading to the right of screen. Strickland claps his hands and bellows out words of encouragement. Warriors heading toward the Dandenong. Toward the Dandenong Road end, and of course Oakleigh, the home side, the mighty Cannons, heading down to the the railway end, as if that's John Forinos insists there's a railway down there somewhere. Oops-a-daisy, not great. Roberts hooked it away blindly. They might get the bounce, the Warriors.
That's Theodoropoulos, Greg, on the ball.
Theodoropoulos rumbling away, had to detour. Heavy traffic, Warriors ball. Keep possession. I don't know any of these boys, Johnny. Warriors.
The ball played in, looking for Jackson Leno,
Jackson Leno, the boy you were talking about. The one that you insisted didn't have a surname.
Well, then,
the practice match, you said it was
Jackson. That's all they told me, Greg.
Yeah, Jill.
We got it half right, didn't we?
The game's afoot, Sherlock.
It's a long weekend in Melbourne. Maybe that's
Is it?
Monday being the public holiday.
For what?
Labor Day, I think.
Oh, God bless him. Oliver got turned back, so Oakleigh will start it again from their own back third. Nick Feely will just caress it down onto the carpet here at the Jack Edwards. The surface looks terrific, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's always a good surface here at Oakleigh.
Ball again corralled in the middle of the park. And down goes Leno. I tell you what, he got a bit of a stride about him, hasn't he?
Yeah, just he was the only one with intent with that ball and got clipped on the way through.
Well,
positive start.
From that little snapshot, he looks quick. The big number 33. It's a scoreless game. It's going to be.
It's just hard. I must say it's a bit of getting used to calling some of these names, Greg. As you said,
look, I'm so used to the old brigade. And it was nearly Ozogani. That's Japanese for terrific, mate. I just banged myself in the face. How well am I going?
Yeah, very.
Oakleigh Cannons, the up and under for the runaway. Decker is there on the inside the box. Player goes to ground. I think the Tony Awards were on last week, weren't they already?
Good tackle. It'll be an Oakleigh corner kick, but there was an opportunity there for Okada who squared it back, but they were all running in at the 6-yard box. No one attacking the penalty spot.
It's look, I've got to say, I mean, we were blessed with a magnificent error. It's 5:40 in, no score. Jack Edwards, Oakleigh against Heidelberg tonight. But it really is difficult. Just can't come to grips with all these new faces. Corner goes near post, takes a bobble around, and the hyphenator drops over the footy and holds it for dear life. Chris Theodoridis, the hyphenator, even Chrissy, in goal. He's got that big wavy mane of his now. He doesn't even look like him. Turnover. Cannons. on the move, nowhere to go. Lino got back really quick. I think he's really quick, I think, this boy. Outside ball, Pashkowski for Joey Guest. He'd be the standing skipper tonight, I reckon.
Yes,
Guest. And that will return. Guest, square ball, danger zone, hot spot. Chrissy trundles after it.
Yeah, it was Thurtell coming in on that one, Greg. So they're already combining well, the Oakleigh Cannons, and already had a couple of siders on goal, so the Burgers are going to have to watch that movement.
Melbourne City Toyota, but you know,
Stambo's Food, Greg.
Well, exactly. You're driving your Melbourne City Toyota somewhere and you think, oh, I'd need some tucker. Where do you go?
Stambo's Food, the best fish in town.
Goes, stands to reason, doesn't it?
I would have thought so, Greg.
JB on C, Johnny Byrne on camera. So Liam's here, Adam's here. Is there Adam's scrawny little face earlier on? All the media team are here.
We've had a message from the original King Kenny Taylor.
Yes.
He goes, I'm relaxed watching already.
No, I don't know what you're thinking.
Oh,
I was thinking a bit of, no, I was just going to say we had a bit of the old Stambo's tucker.
I'll just have to jump in my Melbourne City Toyota.
If they could bung us one of those, that'd be good. Backheaded by Lino. Micallef chase all day, and that was great stuff brave stuff by goalkeepers at both ends. Theodoridis just held his ground, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Against Joey Guest.
It's a dangerous dummy by Milan Roberts in the end, because he could have headed that ball away, left it for Chris, and ghosting in was Guest, I think it was, Greg, in the end. Who went down there? One of the Burger boys taken out, and one of the Burgers will win a free kick.
So a beautiful evening for footy. The pitch looks perfect. There's no breeze to speak of.
You can see the Burgers are almost playing with a pseudo number 9, Thomas Strickland, sometimes taking up that role. Other times it's Theodoropoulos. They're sort of switching the players around.
So nothing doing there. Easy back pass for Nick Feely. Goes into the night sky. Well, Carter was just easily brushed off the footy, wasn't he? Oakleigh come again. Free man his way. Decker, left foot, right foot, wants support. Can't get support on time. And Lino just steers it away.
Good tracking back by the number 33. But
absolutely.
Another opportunity here.
Knowles goes to ground. No free kick. Good arbitration by the referee. And Warriors might get something on the break. No, Micallef has turned back and then just given a nice close-up of this beautiful, lush surface at the Jack Edwards in downtown Oakleigh. I think Oakleigh is one of the best suburbs in Melbourne for aroma, John. When I drive through downtown Oakleigh, I wind down the windows and the aroma, the food smells, it's just wonderful, the spices and so forth.
It's the Greek Quarter down in Oakleigh there.
Well, whatever it is, it smells damn fine. It's probably got a bit of the old, what is it? The
Stambo's
food down there. They get a good flocking. We've played 15.
Melbourne City Toyota is working overtime, bringing all that wonderful Stambo's food.
Yeah, well,
the heart of Oakleigh.
Yeah, always tugging on my shirt tails, Johnny. Can't have a smell in downtown Oakleigh. and then head down here for a game of footy. It's a long distance package being delivered by Pashkowski's left foot, far post. Bold header at the front of the pack, clears it. Oh, the runner is Strickland. He nearly powered past Hamish Miller.
Well, the three Oakleigh players there left it for each other. And again, they've nearly turned it over.
Strickland couldn't take advantage of that.
A lot of errors in this game, Greg.
It's not great, John. I've already pointed out
that, yes.
It's not a great game. It's good, though. And it's competitive, and it's even still... Yeah, that wasn't tremendous.
There's a yellow card there to Dominic Feller.
Oh, was it Feller? I do apologise.
Yeah, got the Oakleigh player there late again from a turnover, Greg.
It has to be said though. I mean, he's a solid looking bloke, isn't he, Feller? Is he?
He didn't really sit the Oakleigh player down on his backside, did he?
Well, no. I'm thinking, well, perhaps he's got the potential to become the new breed, it's like the new breed of the
new enforcers.
The new enforcers. Sounds like a TV show. We didn't have enforcers before. We had the
Axis of anger.
Axis of anger. Oh, dear. Well, no score in a shapeless game to
Here we go.
all intents and purposes. Oakleigh,
Danger.
again, that's...
Great tackle.
That was a good tackle. It ended up sending it North Korean rocket style up and away. But once again, Oakleigh threatening.
Well, that was third tell that got on in the end of that, Greg, and just took a touch to set himself, and Mikulev was just able to save the day because he was shooting at point-blank range that time.
So Warriors by something of a life anyway. Hotspot corner, lofted clear by the big fellow Malin Roberts. Drawn in by Miller. Oakleigh on the move through Cubile. Nope, turned over. Warriors. Can he produce something? The number 18. That's Theodoropoulos indeed. Oh, this looks promising. Zara for Okada, who had to wrestle his way past the challenge. He did well in the end, as they were. Warriors' home game against Altona Magic. They've flip-flopped the fixture, and it'll be Altona Magic hosting the Warriors next Saturday evening. So keep an eye out for that.
Lino going in heavily there on his own.
And there will be some recriminations. I would have thought the Oakleigh players are not happy, and probably for good reason.
Yeah, that was the number 19.
Joey Guest. Was that Joe Guest hit the deck?
Cubile, Greg. You can see there Cubile winning the header and just
you've got a replay.
Apparently so. Spielberg has got it up and going.
Indeed. Well, you never know. We've played 29-20, and it's Ruben bicep power, deep right lane toward the Dandenong road end. He launches it, gets some air under it. Feely comes. The double palm away was sufficient enough to avert danger. Strickland dances the tackle, heads toward the line. Back on his left, Ruben, Strickland, top of the box. Zara, Strickland, right foot, square ball, spinning, away from trouble. This might be the chance. Zara! And it took the cannon and it just whizzed away to the left of Nick Feely's goal, and it will be a corner. That was better. Obviously that was better. That was exciting stuff.
Yeah, great play by Strickland, the two Queenslanders, Strickland and Ruben Way combining.
But who were pivotal? Ruben and Zara.
Yep,
they're going to have to play at, I know you can't mathematically play at 110%, but a little bit of that. It's a scoreless game.
Being rebuffed on opening night.
31 and a half play on HUFC TV, thanks to
Stambo's Food. Great.
Yes, I was going
Melbourne
there.
City Toyota.
Melbourne City Toyota stole my thunder. My thunder was stolen. Like the time I left the thunder in the car at Broadmeadows. It's going to be a throw in to. There's another one. Look, a little pilot and. Let's get it lofted throw into the box
tonight.
I reckon. I told you that they are like little tiny fighter planes. Speaking of which, that was good stuff from Noel. He just slipped inside Okada. Square ball on the carpet, far post. Reach for it was Guest. He couldn't quite make it. Skidded onto his backside.
Well, that was slow-mo, Greg. It just, the ball skidded across goal. No one wanted to attack it in the end. And I'll tell you what, the lunging tackle gives away the corner but prevents...
Well, at least we go, John, turn that frown upside down, because we're starting to get a little bit of action now. It's starting to heat a little bit. They've got it on the burner. Near post cross, lofted clear by AJ. Bombed back in by Cubile. Ball takes an angry bounce for the Warriors. They're going to come away. I think they're starting to warm to it. Zara was getting mauled and mangled.
Well, no talk there, Greg.
That's a crap call. He should have got the free kick then.
There's a Carter now trying to turn.
Just inside the front half on that far side. No free kick called. Advantage played as Warriors get the numbers forward.
Yeah, not a good ball in though by Mikulev.
Well, they're starting to develop a little bit of rhythm, so God bless them. You want to see their confidence rise a little bit, don't you, Malin Roberts?
Good last few minutes for the Burgers. Starting to settle into the task now.
AJ, left foot rifled downfield.
Again, though, that's a speculation ball.
Zara, look at him. Oh, look at him. He just doesn't give up, and his little flailing legs as he went airborne there. And it's going to be a yellow card against the Oakleigh player. Defender, it's Okada. He's running a big wide arc away from the target zone. Ball on the deaf. Fowler tries to wrestle through trouble. Did
Great
well.
ball.
Terrific ball. Mikulev hooks it back. No one home. Hang on. It takes a bobble. And another bobble. Well, that's about as close as you're going to get without sealing the damn deal. The Warriors. And all of a sudden the Cannons are just gulping a little bit, wiping the brow away of some sweat. That was a moment. That was two moments. That was exciting
Lena
stuff.
had a couple of goes at it. They had Mikulev with a couple of goes in there and Theodoropoulos with a shot on goal. But in the end, Oakleigh's just about hang on.
There's
no score, Greg.
There's a lot of people just sort of standing there and watching the action unravel. Zara's been magnificent in the last quarter hour.
Yep.
He was the set-up merchant again with that
great ball in and behind.
perfectly timed ball. That bounces over the head of Theodoropoulos.
Here we go.
Come punching back at the other end. Guest against the big fellow Malin Roberts, whose shadow
Well, he just
over
forced
Joey
himself
Guest.
on that contest, Greg.
He's a big fella. Access as he'd wished. Launched inboard, and Nick Feely with a spectacular take over the pack at that Dandenong Road Inn. 38.5 played, and we've got two big fat goose eggs on the scoreboard. Cannons from Oakleigh 0 and the Mighty Warriors 0 as we head toward halftime, thanks to
Stambo's food as third tell just gets flung away.
You won't see that happen. You won't see that to a Melbourne City Toyota out in the open road. They don't go to ground like that.
No.
See how I wove that in then, John?
Yeah. Especially when they're delivering the Stambo's food.
Oh, yeah, nothing better than a Melbourne City Toyota rocking up with the lovely aroma of Stambos Tucker in the back.
You can't get any better than that.
Yeah, really, really. You can't. Knowles for the Cannons runs adjacent to the top of the penalty area. Hooked away by Ruben. Knowles fetch and go. He continues that half circle around the Cape. Oakleigh with the numbers in a scoreless game. Knowles again.
Third tell, Greg.
Well, he hit that. There was no angle. I actually thought that was side netting. And Matty Thurtell gets the match opener. Yeah. Wow, that was a hell of a goal from a wicked angle.
Well, it started there with a missed challenge from Ruben Wayne. They got him behind, and the ball drilled in, and all he had to do was put the foot on it, and if it was on target...
That's a heartbreaker. That is a heartbreaker for the Warriors, but it's a ripper goal, John, on 40. Yeah, it was an absolute beauty. He had no right to score from that angle, to be honest.
Disappointing there from the Burgers because they were holding a good line, but once they got in behind, we've said this ad infinitum over the years, once you can get in behind that back four, it always sets the defenders facing the other way, and in the end, the ball smashed home by Thurtell.
Yes, indeed. 40 minutes gone on HUFC TV, and the margin now here at Jack Edwards, as it was a week ago, with the Warriors behind by 1.
And they're up against it, Greg, because Oakleigh now have that cushion. Nearing half-time, Greg, a bit of a sapping blow there, copping that goal, but they've got a chance to regroup.
Nothing worse than a sapping blow, Johnny. Nearly half-time here, thanks to Stambos Foods and Melbourne City Toyota. And this flotilla of mosquitoes which continues to hover.
They're just persisting, Greg.
They're shocking. Who invented mosquitoes? I want to know who's responsible. It's a 1-0 game. The Cannons lead it. Bit of an arm wrestle on the deck. It's all right. Means they're getting willing and they're fair dinkum. Mikulev.
Again, you can see just Oakleigh just a little bit more physical in that front third.
And that's where we say farewell to a first half that, it didn't electrify, it didn't inspire, but it was what it was, and the young Burgers facing a 1-goal deficit at half-time. Matt Thurtell on 41. They did all right for a while, the kids. Johnny Frodinos?
Yeah, very slow start, both sides making a lot of mistakes early. Oakleigh started to get on top, and then for a good 15-minute spell there, the Burgers were getting back into the game, and then that sucker punch just before the half-time break, and they've got a bit of work to do. I'm sure Katz and Pacey will be scratching their heads, trying to work out the way to break down this Oakleigh defence. But not out of it by any means, as you said.
I don't think they are. I really, really don't think they are, Joe Fontenot. Johnny, I reckon...
This life is always hope, Greg.
You're going to surprise you. You might want to put your mic up where your big fat gob is, because I couldn't hear that well.
There you go, with this life is hope, Greg. And where there's Mike, there's sound.
So it's going to be the Mighty Cannons heading to the right of screen toward the Dandenong Road end. A lot of traffic on the old Dandy Road tonight, I can tell you, boys. And
Greg, I can tell you that looking at that time clock on the scoreboard, two our affiliates were going long tonight.
And the Warriors...
No change at half time, I can see, Greg.
I'll go down there and have a bit of a smell of downtown Oakleigh on the way home. Warriors to the... And it's been authenticated. It is, in fact, the railway end of the stadium. And we're away to a start. I wonder, Johnny Fontenot, what the team talk at half-time would have been as Strickland toe pokes it with a bounce the outside for Okada, who can't chase it down, but it's Zara. Was aiming to take off.
But taken out unmercifully.
Oh, that was brutal, wasn't it?
There'll be another yellow ticket, Greg. Who was it, that one? Pachkowski might be the
Andrew Katanos. Andrew Katanos all last weekend was talking about cheese slices, and I didn't pick up yellow cards and cheese slices. Against Avondale tomorrow.
That
should be a beauty.
Another big game.
All popped airborne.
Glenn Roberts.
He just laid him out. He's a big, big fellow.
Well, the referee seemed to be okay with it. So
good. Well, I hope that's consistent. We're going to enjoy a few of those this
I think
season.
he appreciated the physical contest there.
Oh, dear. Throw in far side. It's still a 1-0 game. We've played 10 minutes of the second half. Hasn't been a great game, John.
And the Burgers desperate to try and just find any way back into this game.
I just want to see the kids get a bit of reward and see how they handle that. Lifts them, and it may well lift them. So the Warriors are on the board after 10 minutes of the second half. Just what the doctor ordered, John.
Well, we said they needed a spark, and what a great piece of play.
Warriors are back in it, my friend.
And we pick up there, the ball was played in on the right. And is that an own goal, maybe? No.
No, I'm tipping it's Lino.
I think it's Millard Roberts, Greg. Well, an unlikely source of the first goal of the season. Brought to you by Melbourne City Toyota. two very similar goals, we must say, Greg.
Well, you've got two highlights in about 60 seconds. He's laid someone out and now nailed an equaliser. Warriors on the board for the first time.
He was inspired by the hip and shoulder.
That's fantastic stuff. Now the Warriors might lift, John.
Oh, we've got game on now, Greg. Just trying to play devil's advocate.
That's a fantastic pick by the Mexican. He's got Strickland running with him, maybe too strong for Strickland. Oh, he forced his way to it, did the Queenslander. He angles away, tries to angle away.
Oh, gets around.
From Hamish Miller, did really well, pops it into the danger zone. Oh, the second effort, they are running on top of the ground right now, the Warriors. Fala. And Okada drives towards the line, drags it back, going to be a corner.
Oh, good play. Now the crowd rising up.
They're liking it a little bit now. I'm liking it a little bit now, and I just want you to recall as we head towards the hour mark, Johnny, one of us, not John Byrne on camera, not Spielberg, not you buffhead. It was me. I called it. I said there's something in this for him. This is fantastic.
Well, Greg, you're an astute judge of things, Greg.
No, I just want to play Okada. Just put it into the hot spot. And a belter.
Oh, that's on the 956 to the city, Greg.
Dominic, and I have to say that it could well be because there are actually trains at the railway end of the ground. I've pondered that many times, John. It's true.
If I predict things often enough, Greg, I'll get one right eventually.
Well, I'll tell you what, how about you start predicting a Melbourne City Toyota waiting for me when I leave the ground tonight, Eric
with
Jacob.
a fresh piece of Stambo's food.
And Megan Fox in the driver's seat.
Now you're asking.
Ruben in the air. Oh, dear.
substitution, Greg.
Now. Are they going for haircut
maybe.
100?
Oh, he's going for the man with the immaculate quaff.
Yes, haircut 100, Lukan Mikovic. That's a great band. You remember haircut 100?
Love plus one.
Yes, indeed. That's the day back in the days when you had real hair.
Yeah, when I had the mullet happening.
62 minutes in, and Warriors
pre-rug.
Oh, look, did you have the big fluffy shoulders and all that sort of stuff?
The old permanent hairstyle.
Well, they're in the game. I don't know why you're laughing and giggling, John. Oh, well done, Ruben. Forced the victory when it wasn't his. Okada, nowhere to go, spins a circle. Okada.
Great play.
Nikovic.
And forced the throwing, Greg. And here we go. Do they set up again with the two tall? Milan Roberts has got a sniff.
Well,
He's looking for a double.
And you've got a haircut 100 in there as well, who's just come on the ground. This would be, look, I'll tell you right now, this would be a significant win and a huge upset, because Oakleigh Cannons, everybody's saying they're on the move this year. Lofted throw. Oh, deep ball bounce across the 6-yard box.
Tell you what, waiting for someone to latch onto that one.
And that just looked in slow motion, didn't it? There was two clusters of players that bounced between the two, and then it sort of aimlessly just...
I've got to say, Greg, at the moment, Heidelberg look like they're shading Oakleigh.
Well, you don't have to say it, but I'd agree with you if you did. Nikovic out of trouble, well, the first time. He goes to ground the second time. I was watching one of the Twin Towers come down. He's big. This is good stuff. They're gaining in confidence, aren't they? Ruben draws it in, squares it. Thaler, the goal scorer, Roberts. They go round the cape. That's good stuff again. Zara into the area. Oh, well, not quite. He had the angle back, and it was looking all the world that it was going to hit Strickland.
Yeah, just caught him cold in the end.
This is great stuff, thanks to Melbourne City Toyota.
The Mega Selectioners chant going up in the background there.
I'll tell you what, they'll be building up a hunger too. I reckon they'll be down having some standoffs in downtown Oakleigh later on tonight. Oh, well, look, what an encouraging effort this second half has been. So they're going to run it right left. Oakleigh Cannons, and Ruben just got it at the nick of time.
Clearance.
Oh, Knowles went to ground.
He was right onto that Ruben way, because he had Knowles lurking with intent at the far post. Great ball played in too. But great defending in the end.
I just wonder if the kids are starting to the example that's being set by the senior players. So there is a change.
Strickland, the player coming off, Greg.
Well, I wonder if he's just suffering from that knock earlier on. He's not been too bad, the Queenslander.
That's Costello.
Now, Castello's got a touch of the brute force about him too.
Yeah. Puts himself about.
He does indeed. Big leap by the goalkeeper who finger-tipped it into the air. It's a loose ball. It's out of play.
Another corner on the far side, Greg. No? Take two.
Well, there is...
Milan Roberts is saying, I am going to...
Some indecision there. Well, what's
he saying?
Milan is calling to come off.
Substitution, yeah. It looks like Dane Milovanovic is going to be the player to come on. So they're making that sub or not? I think they'll eventually get there. So the unlikely hero tonight, unfortunately, having to come off with about 8 minutes to go.
Well, let's. I tell you what, that worries me a little bit, Johnny.
Milovanovic will slot right back in there for him, but that's a tower of strength loss there.
Absolutely. Hey, that was a good
nice
win.
Clip.
And
he's shown a bit Jackson Lino tonight.
Probably. Lino or Lino?
Lino.
Pashkowski, he's a big fella too. Pashkowski, dangerous far post, bouncer, just a scotch wide of that far post, and a sigh of relief from Chris Theodoridis as he watched it.
That was Thurtell, Greg. He had him done cold, but whisk wide of the post there.
Hit the target, and now Cannon's at the other end.
And look at Ninkovic.
Joe Guest. This time he bobs up on the right-hand side. Guest goes to ground. Oh, I tell you what.
Free kick, yeah.
Oh, it's just
Well,
goes to
just,
prove. Oh, free kick, far
danger
post,
to
glancing header.
Another free
Well, he
header.
should have done a lot better with that one, and he angled it wide of the mark in the end. I think that just proves once for all. Let's have a look at that again. The free kick was a beauty.
You won't get a clearer free header than that, Greg. But they'll be asking questions in the Heidelberg defence. What on earth? Who was marking? And I'm hoping we can get away before it does.
Oh, I really hope we do too.
Get those Melbourne City Toyotas revved up and ready to go.
Ball out of play on the far side. We're into stoppage. I still haven't seen the fourth official make it official, so we're not sure how long there is.
Oakleigh just pressing it. Oh,
And it's going to be an Oakleigh free kick and a yellow card.
and he's arguing the point, but I don't think...
So just a wee bit of anger. That's Castiello, is it? From Melon Roberts in this second half, who is now sitting injured on the bench on this Friday night. We still didn't get a fourth official. Did anybody see it? No.
No.
So we're just going to be guessing, aren't we? As the free kick comes in, it's swept into
Another
the hot
free header,
spot
Greg.
and off the line. Well, not off the
Ninkovic.
line, away from the periphery of the 6-yard box. So they buy a life.
Tell you what, there's Oakleigh Cannons 3 times in the last 10 minutes or so where they've had an opportunity with free headers in the box.
And they're knocking and knocking, but they can't blow the house down right now. Can't be too much time left. Guest tried to hook it back in, out of play.
They've gone 4.
It's been a scrap. It's going to be a scrappy ending to a scrappy game for the most part. But it's a point for the Warriors. They're on the board, I think, for the first time this season. Wade Decker went to ground. And just when that could have conceivably been a decent call, that wasn't called. So I don't know. I don't understand much anymore.
And the referee just about...
How did they get this much stoppage time, John? Seriously?
I'm not sure, Greg. But Oakley's still on the charge.
Oh, they are. They've just got the man overlapping. It's Joey Guest. Far post.
Offside.
The flag was up. It was spectacular as Dylan came flying
There it is,
in and
Greg. Final
headed
whistle.
wide of the mark. Thank goodness for that on so many levels.
Just about hung on, didn't they?
On so many levels. But I've got to say it was a difficult mission when they came here tonight on the back of a defeat against South Melbourne here last week. Young team, Sean Ellis out, going behind just on half-time against the Oakleigh Cannons, who we expect are going to be high flyers this season. They got the goal back against the odds. They fought it out. They'll get a lot from this. So that's where we ended, 1-1, thanks to Melbourne City Toyota and
Stambo's Food, Greg.
Stambo's Food and Megan Fox. She's indelibly etched in my
Revving up that
memory.
engine,
She
ready to take us away. Greg.
revs my engine all the time.